Good afternoon. For those who are seated, I don't see too many of you. Please stand if you're able and remain standing as we begin our ceremony with a moment of silence and the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember the fallen, the prisoners of war, the missing in action, and honor those who have served and are serving this great nation armed services. The colors will be presented by the American Legion Post 154. Color Guard, present the colors.
Post colors. Forward, march. Left.
Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Emily? Please join in singing our national anthem, which is led by Miss Emily Vandell from Enfield High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful. Thank you, Emily. And anyone that needs to sit, please take a seat. Thank you for joining us today. It is my honor to stand before you to pay tribute to our veterans and military. It has been another challenging year, but we are here, and I am extremely thankful to see you, especially with the weather the way it is. It's very impressive, Enfield. Thank you. There are a few people in our audience that I would like to recognize, and please wave when I say your name and hold your applause till the end. Thank you. Congressman Joe Courtney, Representative Tom Arnone, Mayor Crisati, Counselor at Large Doug Finger, Counselor at Large Cindy Mangini, Counselor at Large Marie Peisner, District 2 Counselor John Santinella, District 3 Counselor Matthew Despard, District 4 Counselor Nick Hopkins, Board of Ed Tina LeBlanc and John LeBlanc. Thank you. As we gather today at St. Pat's Cemetery and across the country at more than 3,136 participating locations, just like this one, we are honoring 2.4 million veterans. It's an amazing number. There are millions of Americans gathering safely as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. We are all proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people from many walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Lying here before us and in cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in a free society and without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We are free to vote for the leaders of our choosing, and we have the right to succeed or fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget you. We shall remember you. Today we reflect on our nation's veterans and active duty service members who have had and continue to fight to protect the innocent and oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for freedom of people from around the world. Many of you that are here today have answered that call and served our country well. For this, we say thank you. And we are honored to know you. If you are a veteran or currently serving, please raise your hand so we may applaud you. At this time, I would like to give a special acknowledgement to our first responders that are participating today and have in the past years. They are always honored to accept our invitation. Many begin their careers serving in the military. When they get out of the military or decide to go part-time in a reserve force, they still continue their service. I personally would like to thank you for being here today and your dedication to our community and country. Thank you very much. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here at home and in places far away. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each day to keep our country safe. Quoting our 40th United States President Ronald Reagan, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States, where men were free." Today we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. We are honored today to have present some of the members whose loved ones made the ultimate sacrifice. They are our Gold Star families. Thank you. Son Tyler Jordan of Marine Gunnery Staff Sergeant Philip A. Jordan, 42, Enfield, who was killed in action in the vicinity of Nazareth, Iraq on March 23rd, 2003. Philip's final resting place is here in St. Patrick's Cemetery. Parents Richard and Linda Bixler and twin sister Sandra of Marine Corporal Stephen Bixler, 20, of Suffield, who was killed while conducting combat operations against enemy forces in Al Anbar province, Iraq. On May 4th, 2006, Stephen's final resting place is in Arlington National Cemetery. Mother, Kathy Johnson, and sister, Jessica, of Lance Corporal Philip A. Johnson, 19, of Enfield, who was killed by a roadside bomb near Ramadi, Iraq, on September 3rd, 2006. Philip's final resting place is in the Hazardville Cemetery. Nephew, Edward Richards, of Apprentice Seaman Ralph White of Enfield, who was aboard the USCG Muscogee WAG 48 when it was sunk in the North Atlantic Ocean. Apprentice Seaman White was never recovered. If there is any other Gold Star family members in the audience, please raise your hand. From a grateful nation, I say to the families, thank you very much for your sacrifice. It is said, to be killed in war is not the worst that can happen. To be lost is not the worst that can happen. To be forgotten is the worst. Presenting the names of those from Enfield that have made the ultimate sacrifice are members from Enfield's Police Department, Enfield's Fire Department representing each district, and Enfield's Emergency Medical Service. Representing our Blue Star family is Enfield Police Department. They currently have one of their own deployed. A Gold Star brother, Carl Sferrazza, a Gold Star son, Tyler Jordan, and a Gold Star mother, Kathy Johnson. Thank you each for being here today. A person dies twice. Once when they take their final breath, and again the last time someone says their name aloud. Today, we say their name aloud. World War I began July 28, 1914. The United States declared war on Germany on April 6, 1917. A ceasefire and armistice was declared on November 11, 1918. Total U.S. casualties reported are 53,402. Total Connecticut losses, 1,428. Total Enfield losses, 8.
Lyle Adams, Giuseppe Bruno, Thomas Everett, Lazarus Herodian, Timothy Handley, Samuel McRae, Albert Poole, Horace Tangway.
World War II officially began September 1, 1939. The U.S. entered the war following the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. The war ended on September 2, 1945. Total U.S. casualties were reported at 405,399. Total Connecticut losses, 5,047. Total Enfield losses, 47.
John Aerosmith Jr., David Austin, Edmund Bannon, Harold Biller, Francis Bruniscus, Robert Carenzo, Howard Collette, Earl Conlon.
Edward Croteau, Anthony Serpak, Arthur Delords, Frank DeWolf,
Carol DeBeal, Stanley DeRosa, Frederick Fortain, Robert Gavey.
Clarence Hicks, Walter Interkoffler, John Curtinus, John King, Leroy F. King, Alan Lawton, Jeffrey Lepore, John Mitrolik.
William McGill, Henry Milkowski, Arthur Miller, Edward Nabanzi, Joseph Nabanzi, Martin O'Brien Jr., Earl Ogden, and Gilbert Pierce.
James Rinaldi, Theodore Sandoni, Stanley Sikorsky, James Speranza, William Tomashaitis, August Troutner, Robert Triggs, Walter Tipperwitz.
Albert Udis, Joseph Vish, Andrew Watson, Ralph White, Francis Witkowski, Joseph Witkowski, Robert Wood.
The Korean War began June 25, 1950, and ended July 27, 1953. Total in-theater U.S. casualties were reported at 36,574. Total Connecticut losses, 326. Total Enfield losses, 4.
Francis Cody, Rosario Fidi, Edward Fountaine, Edward Gorinsky.
The Vietnam War for the United States began July 1965 and ends with the fall of Saigon in April 1975. Total U.S. casualties are reported at 58,220. Connecticut losses are 631. Enfield losses are 4.
Robert Goulet, Johnny Ray Hansen, Carl John Marino, Angelo Sofraza.
In response to the September 2001 terrorist attacks, President George W. Bush launched the Overseas Contingency Operation, formerly known as the Global War on Terror, which began on October 7, 2001. Although the numbers of the troops deployed has been reduced, it still continues today, and unfortunately the number of losses will continue to change. As of December 13, 2021, U.S. casualties are reported as 7,074. Connecticut losses are 65. Enfield losses are 2.
My son, Philip Alexander Johnson.
My father, Philip Andrew Jordan.
Before we place the wreath, will Vicki Stacy, the chaplain for the American Legion Auxiliary, Unit 154 in Enfield, please come forward to bless our wreaths.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together to participate in the Wreaths Across America ceremony. Please bless these wreaths that we will soon be placing on the graves of the many veterans who are buried here in St. Patrick's Cemetery. As we place each wreath, we will remember the fallen as we say their names. We will honor those who serve as we thank them for their service. And we will teach the young people here with us today what it means to be an American, to have the many freedoms these brave men and women have fought to secure for us. And then I would add one more. We will pray for the men and women who continue to serve our country, who will not be home with their families this Christmas, as we hope for an end to the COVID pandemic in a world at peace. Amen.
There's been several changes in the program from the names of the individuals that will be laying the wreaths today. And you'll catch them as I read them through. This year we've added an additional ceremonial wreath to honor the men and women currently serving in the U.S. Space Force, along with those veterans who have served in roles helping to secure our national interest in space. Color guard. A remembrance wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Army will be placed by Jerry Thibodeau, American Legion Post 80, Kenneth Hall, First Class Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 391, and Elizabeth Davis, Senior Girl Scout Troop 10578. A remembrance wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps will be placed by Dan Cahill, American Legion Post 80, Thomas Troiano, Life Scout Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 391, and Kerry Donahue, Senior Girl Scout Troop 10578. A remembrance wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Navy will be placed by Rick Gorman, American Legion Post 80, Anthony Rosado, Eagle Scout Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 391, and Olivia Gastagno, Senior Girl Scout Troop 10578. A remembrance wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Air Force will be placed by Steve Maylott, American Legion Post 80, Evan Valles, Second Class, Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 391, Olivia Grigadas, Senior Girl Scout Troop 10578. For the first time, in honor of those who are serving in the United States Space Force, Donald Hojinsky, American Legion Post 154, Rick Gorman, Assistant Scoutmaster, Troop 108, Marlene Hojinsky, Enfield Girl Scout Veterans Liaison. A remembrance wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard will be placed by Charlie Harris, AMVETS, Post 18, Colin Howe, Life Scout, Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 391, Samantha Navin, Senior Girl Scout, Troop 10578. A remembrance wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines will be placed by Jim Maloney, Commander, Army American Legion Post 80, Alex DeFranco, Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 891, and Jessica Viveros, Senior Girl Scout Troop 10578. A remembrance wreath in honor of the 82,708 United States military personnel from all branches of the service whose last known status was either prisoner of war or missing in action. We will never forget you. Alexander Munn, First Class, Boy Scout Troop 108, Pack 391. Dylan Parrott, Senior Girl Scout Troop 10682. Before we close today's ceremony, I'd like to welcome home Corporal Benjamin Basil. He was one of the 70 MIA remains returned to the U.S. from Korea in 2018. The military recently identified him. Corporal Basil was a Seymour, Connecticut resident. To our children that are here today, we want you to understand the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free, but have come with a cost that someday you or someone you love may have to pay. For those that are here today, because of you, we will remember and honor over 1,100 veterans. As I stand here before you, Wreaths Across America does have a promotion for the 2022 wreaths, and it's sponsor one, get one. If you are interested, we do have forms, so you may sponsor this year. And by the way, wreath sponsorship is available all year long. For those planning to place a wreath, if you have not already coordinated with me, please stay after the ceremony for guidance as to which section to go to for wreath placement. Also inside your program, there is some guidance on how to place a wreath. It is on the back side of the sheet for God Bless the USA. Remember, we are not here today to decorate graves. We are here to remember their lives. Each wreath is a gift of appreciation from a grateful nation. And if you parked in the back left area, over that way, please move your car immediately following the ceremony. There is a funeral coming in behind us at 1 o'clock. For those that are sitting and are able to stand, please rise for the rifle salute, taps, and retirement of the colors. Once the colors are retired, please join Mr. Bill Squires in singing God Bless the USA. Color guard, retire the colors.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I've worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, but gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Ooh. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and Enfield to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Thank you. This concludes our ceremony. But before you leave, please, Enfield, you have no idea how impressed I am today to see all of you standing here in the rain with your umbrellas and honoring our veterans, remembering them, and your children that are here today. It's really awesome. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. Enfield, you really are awesome. Thank you.